Galatians chapter 3, verse 16. Sabi ni Apostle Paul, Christ's message in all its richness must live in our hearts. Teach and instruct one another with all wisdom. Sing psalms, hymns, and sacred songs. Sing to God with thanksgiving in your hearts. Malinaw ang bilin ni Apostle Paul to keep the message of Jesus. At lagi naman niyang itinuturo yan. Minumungkahi ni Apostle Paul na tayo ay magturuan, i-encourage natin ang isa't isa sa katuruan at kaliwanagan ng Panginoong Hesus. Pero kung papansinin pa natin itong verse na ito, meron pa siyang importanteng bilin. At ano yung bilin na yon? We should sing. We should sing songs of praise and thanksgiving to God. So bukod sa pagtuturuan, bukod sa pag-encourage sa isa't isa, ang bilin ni Paul, kumanta kayo. Umawit kayo. As Christians, we have a rich culture of music and dancing. Nakaugat yan sa ating mga ginagawa. And as people, lahat naman ng tao, kumakanta, umaawit, sumasayaw. It is part of our lives. It is our way of life. Diba, when we are distressed, we sing. When we are happy, we sing. Kapag nga may sinusuyo tayo, diba, we sing. Kaya nga, diba, pag kami nilalapitan tayo na may kailangan ka, inaawitan ko. Diba, ganun yon? When we need courage, when we need motivation, sing. Singing, and particularly singing to the Lord, has mysterious power. It has a mysterious power. May kapangyarihan na ang hirap ipaliwanag, ang hirap i-describe. Pero naroon yung kapangyarihan na yon. Hindi natin dapat makalimutan ang kapangyarihan ng pag-awit. How does singing bless us? This is our shared reflection for this morning sa ating message sa pinamagatan nating Sing. Umawit. At tutuntunin pa natin yung aralin na yan by following the story nung mismong nagsuggest si Apostle Paul. So baybayan natin yung isang kwento sa bahagi ng kanyang ministry in Acts 16, 20 to 21. Ganito nagbukas ang kwento. The whole city is in uproar because of these Jews. They shouted to the city officials, "They are teaching customs that are illegal for us Romans to practice." Nagbubukas ang ating kwento sa kalagitnaan ng isang mass disturbance. Sa gitna ng isang kaguluhan, may protestang nangyayari, may sigalot. A crowd was accusing Apostle Paul and his co-minister Silas. The crowd was accusing Paul and Silas, and there was a mass protest, and it was quickly becoming violent. Verse 22, a mob quickly formed against Paul and Silas, and the city officials ordered them stripped and beaten with wooden rods. So talaga nagkakagulo. So ginawa nila, kinuha nila, dinukot na nila sa kalagitnaan ng taong bayan na nagkakagulo itong si Paul at si Silas. At dahil nga naiinis ang lahat ng mga opisyalis, pinabugbog na ng tuluyan. Lahat nakisapak, lahat nakisuntok. They were severely beaten and they were thrown into prison. Ginulpi na, kinulong pa. The jailer was ordered to make sure they didn't escape. So the jailer put them into the inner dungeon para talagang hindi makatakas doon sa dulong-dulong kulungan, para malayong-malayo doon sa entrance and exit, walang makakatakas. They were put into the inner dungeon and clamped their feet in the stocks. So talagang ayaw silang pakawalan. At kung makawala man sila, makalabas man sila, gugulpihin sila ng taong bayan, inaabangan sila sa labas. But then again, ito ay background lang sa ating kwentuhan, sa ating pinag-aaralan. Again, I would say, singing to the Lord should not be taken for granted. Yun ang mas focus natin. Remember that singing to the Lord activates His power and it releases God's blessings. At susubaybayan pa natin yung point natin yan sa kalagitnaan ng kwento. What happened next? Ano nangyari? Acts 16:25-26. Around midnight, Paul and Silas were praying. They were singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening. Suddenly, there was a massive earthquake, and the prison was shaken to its foundations. All the doors immediately flew open, and the chains of every prisoner fell off. Imagine that. Siguro wala na silang magawa. Ano pa nga bang gagawin natin? Halika, umawit na lang tayo dito. Let's pray. Let's awit. Hirap din naman tumakas. Masakit pa ang buto-buto natin at puro tayo pasa, puro tayo sugat. Hindi rin naman tayo basa-basa makakaalis dahil nasa kaloob-looban tayo ng bilangguan. At kung makalabas man tayo, baka nandun pa yung mga gumulpi sa atin. So, the best thing they can think about to do is pray and sing. And then suddenly, naganap itong mga kakaibang pangyayari. Paul and Silas singing activated a mysterious power. It triggered a location-specific earthquake. Yun pa lang, napaka-mysterious na. Kung lumindol, di ba, usually pag lumilindol, ang epicenter nasa Bataan, nararamdaman hanggang Iloilo. Pero siya, specific yung location ng earthquake. Mapansin nyo pa doon sa binasa nating verse, the doors were opened and it was locked. Ngayon, pwede mong isipin na, kasi nga lumindol, kaya malakas yung pagkaka-open nila. Pero kung pintuan lang yun nabuksan dahil nga sa yanig ng lupa, bakit na-unlock pati yung mga chains ng prisoner? So alangan naman yung lindol gumapang doon sa kanilang mga paa at kamay na hindi naman pwede. Again, it's a mysterious power. And one thing that we has also observed dun sa scenario na yon, habang nananalangin sila at nag-aawitan, all the prisoners who are usually violent, who are usually disturbed, they were all listening. The prisoners were peacefully listening at that point. May kakaibang power. May kakaibang power na nag-activate sa kanilang pananalangin at hindi lang basta nanalangin. They also sang. Nag-awitan. Meron siyang power. Hindi pa doon nagtapos yung kwento. Acts 16:27-30. The jailer woke up to see the prison doors wide open. So nagkagulatan na. The jailer assumed that the prisoners had escaped. So he drew his sword to kill himself. But Paul shouted to him, "Stop! Don't kill yourself. We are all here." Walang escape na nangyari. Walang riot na nangyari sa loob ng bilangguan para makatakas ang lahat. Walang escape plan na nagaganap. Nandito pa kami lahat. Verse 29, the jailer called for lights and ran into the dungeon and fell down, trembling before Paul and Silas. Then he brought them out and asked, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" Napatanong na siya. Anong kababalaghan ito? Anong kapangyarihan ito? And suddenly, dun sa pagkabilis-bilis na pangyayari na yon, na-realize niya, God is at work. Tinanong niya ngayon yung dalawa, ano ba ang daan tungo sa kaligtasan na ipinapamalita ninyo? Paul and Silas singing, their behaviors and their actions had a lasting impression to the people around them. Kasama na yung jailer nila, yung official, na muntik pa nga magpakamatay kasi akala niya patay ako. Mai-evaluate, bagsak ako sa evaluation. So kaysa bumagsak sa evaluation, magpapatigok na lang ako. Pero hindi nga ganon ang itsura. Eventually, the whole house of that Roman officer believed in Jesus. Naniwala ang kanyang buong sambahayan kasi nga binagtas na niya yung katuruan nila Paul at saka nila Silas. Nagkaroon pa nga ng Bible study sa bahay nila at umabot pa sa baptism ng buong pamilya. Napakahiwaga, napakamakapangyarihan ng pag-awit. And lest that we forget the power of singing, mga kaibigan, i-remind natin ulit yung ating mga sarili, may kapangyarihan yung ating pag-awit. hindi basta-basta yung singing na ginagawa natin. What can we say in line with these observations? We will see that singing to the Lord benefits the mind, the body, and the soul. Sila Paul, ano pa bang magagawa nila? Nagulpi na, may sugat na, wala naman doktor na available, nagkantahan. Kahit paano napayapa sila. At tayo, di ba, ganun naman tayo. Kapag kumakanta tayo, especially pag kumakanta tayo sa Panginoon, hindi ba gumiginhawa yung pakiramdam natin? Hindi ba pag kumakanta tayo sa Panginoon, when we sing to the Lord, lumalakas yung loob mo pag kinakabahan ka? Nawawala yung takot, nakakapanatag, gumagaan yung pakiramdam. At kadalasan nga, we take those for granted. Kasi nga, nasanay na lang tayo na every Sunday, ganyan. Lalo ngayon, may YouTube. Dati kasi, bibili ka pa ng cassette para makapakinig ng praise and worship. Ngayon, isang click mo lang sa cellphone, meron na. But lest we forget, there is a mysterious power in singing to the Lord. At speaking of its benefit to the mind, to the body, and the soul, singing contributes to brain development. Maraming research tungkol dyan. Music creates complex connections in the brain. It helps boost creativity and problem-solving capabilities. Kaya di ba sa opisina, meron kang pinapatugtog na music pag may deadline ka nga habulin. Kasi nakakagana siya eh. Na-activate yung mga neurons ng utak. Nagkakaroon ng mga connections at tumataas yung problem-solving capabilities ng tao. Among children, sabi pa ng mga research, singing helps improve self-esteem sa mga bata and their sense of inclusion. Ang mga scientists have also linked singing to the development of fine motor skills kasi natututo sila ng timing. They also notice the development of memorization kasi dapat alam mo na, chorus na, di ba ang kasunod? And the expression of emotions and social skills. Na yan ang kailangan ng maraming tao ngayon. Kulang na kulang sa social skills and emotional capabilities. Lahat yon nasasapul kapag kumakanta. Imagine. Kaya tignan nyo observe nyo yung sinasabi ng psalmist sa Psalm 89, verse 1. I will sing of the Lord's great love forever. With my mouth, I will make your faithfulness known through all generation. Aawit ako, sabi niya, at papamalita ko sa lahat. Pati doon sa mga hindi pa nakakakilala sa inyo, yung mga next generation kikwentohan ko. Ang tanong, maaalala mo kaya? Maaalala niya paano? By singing. At ngayon, maraming mga therapy na ginagamitan ng songs, ng music. Yung mga tao na nagkakaroon na ng illness with their memory, with their mobilities, ginagamitan ng music. At naaalala nila, na-activate yung memory nila. Merong mga ganun. Kasi nga may power ang singing. How much more when you sing to the Lord? There is active memory and recall by singing. Also, what else can we say about this? Singing helps balance body chemistry. Kagaya halimbawa nung pag-aaral ni Robert Beck, pinag-aralan niya yung mga nagper-perform na choir, mga professional choir singers. Napansin niya, their average levels of basta yung immune system, immunoglobulin A increased significantly by 150% during rehearsals at during actual performance, lalo pang tumataas ng 240%. This is an actual study. So yung mga tao, during rehearsals, pagka nagre-rehearse sila na sama-sama, tumataas yung immune system. Lalo pa pag actual performance na nila. Sa immune system, may effect. Imagine that. Tapos sabi pa niya, doon sa research niya, cortisols, these are the stress hormones. Yung cortisol level, bumababa. Bumababa ang stress. Siyempre, tumataas ng konti pagka actual performance na kasi kinakabahan sila, di ba? Pero all in all, ang sinasabi ng study, nababalansin niya yung body chemistry. Imagine niyo pa kapag kumakanta kayo sa Panginoon. Speaking of choir, singing with others, meron din niyang clinical benefits. Sa study naman ni Lineman noong 2017, Singing in a group leads to a sense of social connectedness. And it shows greater improvement in mood. Pag sinabing long-term study, ibig sabihin maraming taon. Inobserve niya kunwari nung 2000. Inobserve niya ulit nung 2001. 2002, 2003. Kaya nila ginaganon yung observation kasi baka tsamba lang yung unang observation. Kaya pag sinabing long-term study, maraming taon nilang ino-observe at kino-compare talaga nila kung totoo yung result. At nakita nila, bumababa talaga yung stress levels, merong significant improvement sa mood, lalo na pag choir singing. Now it makes sense when we read Ephesians 5:19. Encourage each other with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. Sing and make music in your hearts to the Lord. So okay yan, nag-study kayo, nagpe-pray kayo together, pero alam niyo bukod dyan, sing. Iba ang ginagawa ng pag-awit sa Panginoon. Remember the power of singing. Singing has a direct connection to wellness. And praise the Lord, meron na nga mga science and technology ngayon. Nakikita na natin na yung totoong effect, yung totoong resulta ng mga biblical principles, pwede nang patutuhanan ng siyensya. And furthermore, bukod naman dyan sa mga aspeto na yan, we also say in terms of spiritual disciplines, in terms of spiritual living, you know what? Praise is an offering. Oo, nag-o-offer tayo ng service, nag-o-offer tayo ng resource, monetary offering of course. Pero alam nyo, bukod dyan, praise is an offering. Bakit siya offering? Sabi ni David, ayoko mag-offer kay Lord ng walang cost sa akin. Kailangan nararamdaman ko. At sa ganong pananaw, praise is an offering kasi may cost ang pagpuri sa Panginoon. Alam nyo ang cost ng pagpuri sa Panginoon? Ang cost niyan, kailangan niyang tanggalin ang negativity ng inyong puso. Ang cost ng pag-praise sa Panginoon para maging totoo, maging effective yung praise and worship, you have to take out the negative thoughts, you have to take out the negative feelings para maging totoo, maging sincere yung worship. Kaya napansin nyo, merong mga kumakanta, mga praise and worship team. Minsan meron mga observation na gano'n na maganda naman yung boses. Magaling naman yung banda. Pero bakit parang hindi tumagos yung kantahan, yung awitan? Kasi baka merong element na kailangan tanggalin. The negativity in the hearts and in the minds. Ang totoong nagpapabongga ng praise and worship, hindi yung malupit na tugtugan. Hindi yung galing ng mga musicians or yung mga instrumento na pagkalalaking mga drums at may mga laser pa na ilaw na ganyan. Hindi yun ang nagpapabongga ng praise and worship. Ang totoong nagpapabongga ng praise and worship, alam nyo kung ano? Nasa tono ba yung puso? Kaya rin, on the other hand, merong mga, kumanta kami, wala namang instrument, pero talagang nagkaiyakan kami, nagkayakapan kami, naramdaman namin yung Espiritu ng Panginoon kasi nga nasa tono yung puso. That's the cost of worship. Before you worship, you really need to take out the negativity inside your hearts and in your minds. You have to sacrifice to God your heavy hearts. You have to sacrifice to God your worried minds. Ilapag sa harapan ng Panginoon nang sa gayon, makapag-release ka ng Espiritu. Makapag-release ka ng totoong papuri at pagsamba sa Panginoon. Hebrews 13:15, through Jesus, therefore, let us continually offer to God a sacrifice of praise, the fruit of lips that openly profess His name. When we offer to God our thoughts and our feelings, God will fill us with His blessings. And observe pa natin, when we sing to the Lord, singing to the Lord activates His power. Mahirap siya ipaliwanag, I won't even attempt to explain, pero talagang nare-release ang power ng Panginoon. When we sing in worship, when we sing, we declare God's name. Right? When we sing, we call the presence of God. God's presence is in the singing of His people. Observe natin yung Psalm 22 verse 3. Very interesting verse. Psalm 23 in the New Living Translation, ang sabi niya, "You are holy," referring to God, "you are all holy and enthroned on the praises of Israel." Ano yung description niya kay God? God is enthroned in the praises. Right? Pansinin niyo yan? Pansinin niyo pa the same verse in the World English Bible. Sabi, "You are holy, you who inhabit the praises of Israel." The Lord inhabit the praises. Nandoon siya nakalagi. So hindi na lang siya basta naka-enthroned, nandoon siya mismo sa loob ng praises ng mga tao. And a very interesting version, The Voice, sabi na itong version na ito, "You are holy, you make your home on the praises of Israel." The Lord is living inside the praises of His people. So pagka umaawit tayo, pag nagkakantahan tayo to the Lord, singing to the Lord, buhay yung espiritu niya, yung presence niya. Nandoon siya mismo sa kantahan. Nandoon siya sa mga boses, sa palakpakan, sa mga tunog ng mga instrument. Nandoon siya. So it's not just an activity of singing. The Lord is there in the tune, in the himig, in the vibration, if you would like to call it, in the resonance of that sound. Nandun siya. Alive. So no wonder, bakit activated yung power? Andun siya mismo sa kantahan eh. Singing praises, thanksgiving, and worship tunes our hearts with God. So pag nagkakantahan tayo, yung tono ng puso, as we are referring kanina, doon namamalagi yung Diyos mismo. When we are in tune with God, His power is activated. So we produce sound, right? We produce sound, we produce that spirit, at dun sa sound, sa spirit ng awitan na yon, yung atmosphere of worship, nandoon ang Diyos mismo. Perhaps mas maiintindihan natin by looking at this video. Kapag ka magkaiba yung frequency ng dalawang bagay, walang effect. Until magkaroon ng same resonance, same tuning, tsaka nagkakaroon ng effect. Na-observe, napansin, by referring to this simple experiment, mababaw na experiment sa mas malawak pa na kapangyarihan ng Diyos, can we also say that the act of singing praises, can we say that the act of singing thanksgiving and worship helps us vibrate and resonate with the Spirit of God? Pwede kaya nating sabihin yun? Para magkaroon ng activation ng power, kailangan pareho yung frequency. Pareho yung vibrations. Or if you want to call it, pareho yung spirit. Kasi nga, hindi lang tayo basta kumakanta. Yun yung gusto ko lang i-point out sa ating reflection. Whenever we sing, my brothers and sisters, we are not just singing for the sake of singing in an activity in the program. Mahalagang elemento siya nung ginagawa natin kasi we are tuning ourselves into the presence of the Lord para ma-activate yung power niya. Naku, marami pa tayong hindi maipaliwanag ng husto tungkol sa kapangyarihan ng pag-awit. As in, super simple attempt lang tong reflection na ito. Pero ang dami-dami pa nating hindi maipapaliwanag ng gusto. At kahit naman hindi natin naiintindihan, sa totoo lang, nararanasan naman natin one way or another. Each one of us meron tayong experience na nung kumanta tayo talagang naramdaman natin yung presence ng Panginoon, right? Meron naman talagang ganun. Pwede siyang maranasan. There is the sacredness in songs. Bakit pag nagbi-videoke tayo, gumagaan yung pakiramdam natin? Gumagaan yung pakiramdam natin kasi nabubwisit yung kapitbahay sa ingay. Na-transfer na sa kanila. Pero di ba there's this kind of exercise. Bakit ang mga bansa may national anthem? Kasi it unifies them. Merong spirit. Merong power ang singing. And again, lest that we take it for granted, singing to the Lord should never be taken for granted. Because it activates His power. It releases His blessing. There is mysterious power in singing. Whenever we have a chance to sing, sing with your heart. Don't just sing with your voice, sing with your heart. Kaya nga tayo may pamayanan na ganito, kaya natin ina-assemble to in our best way para may pagkakataon tayong ma-experience yung power of singing. So ang dami-dami pang kailangang ipaliwanag at ang hirap din naman. Mabuti pa umawit tayo. Shall we sing to the Lord? In some moment of silence, bow your heads. I-tune inyo muna yung puso ninyo. Yung isip ninyo, feel the presence of the Lord. Feel the presence of the Lord. Be present right now. Be present right now. Inhale the presence of the Lord and exhale His Spirit. Fill yourself completely with His presence. Ramdamin natin ang Kanyang presensya. Mga kaibigan, mga kapatid, let us sing to the Lord and feel His power.